I can't take the lies anymore. I can't take the spin. I can't take trying to be nice, trying to be reasonable. I can't take it anymore. Let me start with the stupid coronavirus lockdown. Now, I'm somebody who said we have to slow the curve so we don't overwhelm the hospitals. I was for that when it was a couple of weeks. But then it turned into, you're never going back to work until we have a cure. Well, let me ask you this, now that I see all the rioters on the streets. Did you people mean any of this? Did you just destroy the United States economy and put us into the worst depression that this country may ever have seen? For what? For what? Because I don't believe you believed any of this. Last night, the Los Angeles mayor, you know, the guy who was telling you you got to close all the gun stores. You can't go out. Los Angeles may never fully be open again. That weasel was out on the streets, no social distancing, walking with protesters. What the hell? You mean to tell me you told me I couldn't go visit someone in my own family because it was too dangerous, but you're out with the protesters? Nancy Pelosi did the same thing. She said, oh, I see that they're trying to they're trying to I am not going to deny what my own eyes see. The governor of North Carolina that just told Donald Trump and the RNC that they can't have a convention. They can't have a convention because it's too dangerous to have their convention. They're just going to have to, they can't bring all those people together. If you can't do it with 150 people, you shouldn't do it here. Really? Because you were out marching with protesters last night, and on some occasions you were caught with your mask down. And then Mattis, man I respect. I don't mind having a different opinion than the President of the United States. I don't mind. But when you say that Donald Trump is the first president in your lifetime that has divided this nation, that works to divide the nation, and you forget Nixon, you forget Bill Clinton. Okay, maybe I understand that. But you forget Barack Obama. Donald Trump was not hatched in a vacuum. You know what? I got to tell you something. Donald Trump is not the problem. I mean, look at what Donald Trump is. He's hated by the establishment. The Bush people are pushing for Biden right now. Biden, who will bring this country to socialism. The establishment hates him on the right, and the establishment hates him on the left. Oh, really? Maybe that's a point in his favor. The elites, academia, they hate his guts. Good. Another point in his favor. The media has tried to destroy him relentlessly. Russia, 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 Russia. Then impeachment, impeachment, impeachment. Now that we know what happened with Russia and the impeachment, they don't care about it anymore. And by God, those people better go to jail. Now, then it was coronavirus. You're evil if you decide to go out to work. If you say, hey, our economy is important too, you're a madman. But now, the protests are here. Forget about coronavirus. Do you guys mean anything? Because, God damn it, I do. I work hard to guard my credibility, and you work hard to destroy it. I try to say the things that I believe, and only the things that I believe. Because I've had the right and the left come after me and my family. But I say these things because I believe them. Do you believe a damn word you say? Now the media is telling us that black is white and white is black and good is evil and evil is good. Now the media is having us believe that protests can be violent and still be good. Oh no, but when the Tea Party was not violent, you did everything in your power to destroy it and to paint it violent. You painted us as revolutionaries, as anti-government, but you will not report on the people in the streets that are saying, throw down the government of the United States of America, overthrow capitalism, and now you make the excuse that, all protests don't have to be violent. In fact, violence is really a key in America. No, it is not. No, it is not. Our founders begged for peace. Well, the media hates Donald Trump too. Point again in his favor. All the righteous, charitable, activist groups that are just struggling for the little man. Bull crap. Oh man, I wish I was just on internet so I could really express myself today. But I play by the rules. Bullcrap. All of you so-called civil rights activists are nothing but a pile of bullcrap. Martin Luther King would be ashamed of you. I'm a bigger fan of Martin Luther King than all these people in the civil rights groups. They stand for nothing. You're excused. I no longer care what you have to say. They hate Donald Trump without any evidence. Oh my gosh, he is a racist. Show me. Show me the evidence that he hates black people. Show me the evidence. Until you and your media cronies all started dogpiling on him in the election because of politics, everybody in the black community loved him. He was a hero of the black community. And then what does he do? He goes in and does more than the first black president. How insulting is that? Bill Clinton. And more than the actual first black president, Barack Obama, who abandoned his people, did nothing for his people. Donald Trump didn't do it because he likes black people. He does it because he understands the system of America. It's not built to help one group or another. It's to lift up all groups. He had the lowest unemployment of minorities in the history of this country. And what did you do? Coronavirus. You talked our economy down. You led the way. And I actually said we shouldn't overwhelm the hospitals because I didn't want riots in the streets. But all the time you wanted riots in the streets. How dare you? They hate him without evidence. He's hated by all the sex. My sex is the most important thing in my life groups. He's hated by all the extremist Islamic groups. He's hated by BLM. Well, why? Why? Because you're not getting justice? You're not getting justice in Minnesota when the attorney general is one of the most radical Islamic guys in our country today. He's the attorney general. He's also black. He's not going to make sure that there's justice for you? You think that the system run by him is not going to give you justice, especially when everybody in America, everyone I know, says this killing was wrong. Unbelievable. Our economy, our everything is being destroyed by people who are claiming to do it in your name. Look, I know two things. I know Donald Trump loves everything Donald Trump. That's never going to change. But two, more importantly, Donald Trump understands that if America should fall, the rest of the world falls. Do you understand that? Do you understand that rights, the rights of men, took us 5,000 years to be able to get this close to it, and you're just going to piss it away? You don't rebuild a society. You don't rebuild a civilization. You don't rebuild a safety guard of a constitution, the longest running constitution in the world. You don't just throw it away and tomorrow it's happiness. We are witnessing the Robespierre of our day. You know, there are two Americas. There are two Americas. There's one America that still believes that all men are created equal. That also implies the America that believes in creation, that there is a God. I don't care how he created through the Big Bang or just going, you know what? One day we have dinosaurs and next day here's man. I don't know how he did it. But life is a miracle. It's a miracle. And our rights as human beings cannot come from men. They must come from something bigger than us, or men will decide what you can do. There is still an America that believes in the right to life, all life. Black lives matter, white lives matter, Asian lives matter, red men lives matter, babies' lives matter, old people's lives matter. We still believe that life is important and sacred and cannot be taken away. We also believe in liberty, that you just can't scoop me up, try me in the press. I have a right. I have a right to be heard. I have a right to face my accusers. Look at what is happening to us. Half of America doesn't believe in that anymore. Well, I do. I still do. And the pursuit of happiness, my right to my own business. You can't shut me down. You can't just take away my license because of coronavirus when you're marching in the streets with people who are burning businesses down. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, some of us still believe in that. And we also believe that governments are instituted among men for the purpose of protecting those rights. Do you? Because the other half of America doesn't believe in a creator, doesn't believe that rights come from anywhere but a committee. And they can decide who can talk and who can't. They can decide, oh, the First Amendment, the Second Amendment applies to you and not to you. Now, I don't want to live in a country or a world like that. And believe me, if this country becomes that country, you won't have a safe space on the entire face of the earth. I have a right to speak out and to be heard. The public square now is the electronic public square. Google, Facebook, Twitter, you either are a platform or you're an editor, and it is damn time that this country recognizes that. You are the public square. You cannot arbitrarily edit us out of existence. I just was told I have a network break. Blow off the stinking network break. I got a break for 10 seconds so stations can identify themselves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, and for those that were sloppy, 12. We are facing a time right now that everything I said would come is here. When I see these protesters on the... Stop calling them protesters. When I see these rioters, these anti-capitalist, anti-American rioters who are stealing because they believe they have a right to somebody else's stuff because, well, that black person doesn't really own that store. That's really owned by the man at the bank. People who are destroying the life, the liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, if that doesn't warrant the use of the insurrection law, what does? That law was made to protect those things from the very people who, while burning and looting, are telling us that America is being destroyed. That's what that act is for. And these governors who told us you can't go out and protest, you're some radical, you're dangerous. Oh, the press again, and the left again, and the progressives again, and the politicians in Washington once again telling you can't protest because your life, your livelihood, your life is at stake. You are dangerous if you protest, are now marching in the streets. Donald Trump is not the problem. The problem is progressivism is at the end of the road. When it gets to the end of the road, and every progressive that's honest, that knows its history, knows it comes to this eventually. Because these two systems cannot coexist. You either have man as a slave to other men, or you have freedom. Which do you want? America? Which do you want? The rest of the world? You know, sometimes you can measure a man by who his enemies are. And if I do that, well, then I'm all in for Donald Trump. Because I don't see anyone else that's willing to take the hits. I don't see anyone, I don't agree with him on everything, but I don't see anyone standing up and saying these things. I don't know where you've been, Donald Trump. I don't know where you've been in the last couple of weeks, Mr. President, and I appreciate what you've done, but this is it.